Hi everyone, it's Dr. Katherine.Kelly, and I am, like many of you, I deal with some seasonal affective disorder during the winter months, and it has been dark and dreary here for a while. And I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about how our emotional stuff affects our soul and vice versa. Now, it was not until I was in Indiana for grad school that in fact, my mom helped me figure this out, that I felt draggy and I felt just kind of down, and everything was kind of just heavier during the winter months. And, Indiana, it's much cloudier than in Colorado where I grew up, and it just took me a while to figure out what the heck was going on. And I had a little bit of that here now that I live in North Carolina, because we have several dreary days during the year too. And so, I want to help people understand how seasonal affective disorder affects our soul and vice versa, because this is the heart of the time when people are going to feel it. January and February are the worst months for feeling that, just that down, that heaviness, like this 1,000-pound blanket is on you, not in a good way. That you have lack of motivation, your mood is down, might be a little more snappy or irritable, tend to crave more carbs. Anything that was already kind of there and weighing on you might be feeling like it is there and weighing on you more. And over the years, as I've peeled off layers of the human condition, doing a lot of my own healing work and done a whole lot of, I guess, work to understand my life, I don't feel it as badly, but I still know I have to brace for it. And this year, particularly, I'm trying to stay on top of it, because usually over the holidays, I go somewhere where it's very sunny and bright, and I stay outside for hours on end, for days on end. And excuse me, of course, I didn't get to do that this year since I can't travel with COVID. And so one of the things that I have been extra careful and aware of is that I didn't really get my charge during the winter months, during December, to get me through. And so I am starting to feel that dragginess. I am starting to feel that, and even this morning trying to get out of bed, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like, trudgery trying to get up and get going. And so I feel groggy and I feel tired and I feel a little down, a little irritable and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to push this out to you to, number one, remind you, excuse me, that this is the time, if you have any seasonal affective disorder, this is the time when it's going to really hit. Usually second week in January, third week in January, all the way up through about first or second week in March, depending on where you live. Usually it's that dragginess. Now, unfortunately, we also have full moon happening tomorrow. We also have Mercury going into retrograde on Saturday. So we've got some other layers of environmental layers, I'll put it that way, environmental layers on us, on top of what we're already going through with COVID and any discomfort with the election and any discomfort with, excuse me, other things that are going on in the world. So I want to nudge you, because your soul is asking for something when we feel down, when we feel that trudgery or feeling like we're sludging through life. And you have to go within to ask, what is it I need today? Now, this is something I'm really trying to push people to think about and be present with their souls, because your soul will tell you pretty quickly what you need. And yet we have not been taught to listen. We've been taught to think our way through, or guilt ourselves if we aren't doing something, or if we are doing something that we shouldn't be. So we have to stop and pause and just literally get in touch with that deepest part of ourselves and ask, what is it that I need today? Whether it's to get through the day, whether it's something I need to do to nurture myself, whether it's to stay on top of things. My 8 o'clock canceled this morning, so I gave myself permission to sleep in a little bit longer, and I actually did sleep. Usually I'm up and at 'em early, but I knew that my body and my soul were just like, no, just rest, just rest. I have a very full client schedule, and I've got more clients coming in, returning clients trying to get in, because this COVID thing is wearing on them. And also, I'm guessing people are forgetting that seasonal affective disorder is hitting us right now. So I want to just keep reminding folks that there are several layers of the human condition that are playing on us right now, that are wearing us down. And so I always say, ask yourself every day, what is it that your soul needs? Number two, right now, get some sunlight if you can. It's cloudy again today here, but it's supposed to get sunny a little bit later, so I'm hoping to get a walk in at lunchtime so I can get a little bit of a dose of sun. Use a therapy light if you need to. Exercise. I know that's the last thing people want to do when they're feeling like this, but exercise actually gets us going, and that's something that I do very regularly to keep myself afloat. It's my best medicine by far. Um, do some of the things that are joyful and fun. You know, we aren't having a lot of fun right now with this COVID thing, so it's super important to stay on top of that as well. And also, got a little tickle in my throat, sorry. Also, do the things that, excuse me, do the things that you know will help you dig out of the human condition. Do your journal writing, do your soul work, do your go to your therapist if you need to, but make sure that you are attending to the layers that are kind of mucking things up, because what we want to do is push them away and not think about them, but what we are really needing to do is to invite them in, examine them, do some work on them, and then release them and work through them. So if you're not working on your stuff, you're going to feel worse, because really there's so many things that the universe wants us to experience so that we feel uncomfortable enough to grow. So if you're feeling uncomfortable now, it means there's some growth that needs to happen. So I'm going to keep this short, but remember, full moon is tomorrow. We also have Mercury going into retrograde on Saturday, on top of seasonal affective disorder, which again will probably go through the first or second week of March at least, and then again all the other stressors with COVID and everything else that are going on. So just be super aware that this is a time to do some inner work, and the more inner work you do, the less and less this stuff will affect you in the future for during seasonal affective, which again I can vouch for that. Winter months used to be really, really hard on me, and now they're minimally hard. I just have to stay on top of it now that I've done a lot of my healing work for myself. So think about it. I'd love to hear what goes on for you. Leave a comment here, or you can also go to my website for more information. But I hope you have a good day. Hang in there, get some sunshine, and take care of you.